thing I always forget.
That'll definitely help newer player.
Yeah, for sure.
And maybe even the player that's only played one game, not even a whole campaign.
No knots.
Like,
So mellow
only a
yellow.
few games
Beware the
before
mellow.
DM move.
Let me know. I had one recently
Okay.
that was like
What is
weirdly
Calvin's
flat.
Weirdly
passive
flat.
perception?
flat. There's just,
Passive
no
perception.
carbonation to it, so
Okay.
What? How are we
13.
going with passive perception?
I don't know if it was an exception or all of them. So
Well, let's find out. That's a bad sign right
it
there.
didn't sound very fizzy.
Let's see. No, not at all.
You have to
It's
shake
flat.
it a
What is a mellow yellow?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're not super good. Okay.
I was free germs
Let
on
Molly
it.
know. Just set it back in one of those bus puzzles. We'll dump it off in a sec.
Also couldn't really sleep last night.
So where we had left off, you guys had
After 2
just,
hours. Oh, wait.
gotten through Death House, or the haunted, as the Barovians refer
Can
to
we
it.
commit
the haunted
arson now?
No.
No.
Ah.
Yeah, I wouldn't mess with that house.
Yeah, so the house, the last thing that you learned was that the haunted house was actually its own entity.
Oh.
And
It's alive.
because you had
Because Jeff died right on
accidentally sacrificed Pepperell on the altar, the house has agreed to let you go.
Well, it was just an accident.
Oh, I don't roleplay very well, by the way.
At least it takes.
Yeah, you're a fucking noob.
It's a different group.
It is a different
And I
group.
can't be-
Yeah, this is a roleplay heavy.
Well, no, that's okay.
So-
I just can't be me.
Right, right, yeah, right.
To pretend to be something
Don't
else.
worry. All I do is glare at everything and everyone. I've made it easy.
Do we need to introduce anybody? Okay, everybody's like real emo except for me, Paladin, and I want to smite.
Yeah, everybody, all the players are like super dark except for her.
Yeah, everybody's neutral. Or
I'm-
whatever.
When you leave old and there's holes in it, I mean, it still looks like a top hat, but it is thousands of years old.
I'm gonna keep it until I get a new top hat.
So,
My top hat.
you step out onto the street, and the mists have, the fog has receded, and you can hear a thunder clash overhead.
Ow.
Tall shapes loom out of the dense fog that surrounds everything. The muddy ground underfoot gives way to slick, wet cobblestones. The tall shapes become recognizable as village dwellings. The windows of each house stare out from pools of blackness. No sound cuts the silence except that you hear a mournful sobbing that echoes through the streets from a distance.
I don't trust it.
It's a witch!
It's me.
Sounds like home.
So real quick, what's going on?
Pepperell is strangely comforted
So,
in his room under the stairway.
So background, these guys, we have a Minotaur Barbarian, we have a Tiefling Sorceress, there is a Changeling Rogue. What race is Calwyn?
A half elf.
Another half-elf rogue. And then there is Warlock.
Huh?
And then the Dwarf
that
Paladin.
character's name. I don't know why
The,
it's stuck in my mind.
They were hired in Daggerford there was a series of killings attributed to werewolves, and the constabulary of Daggerford put together numerous teams to scour the misty forest to find the source of these werewolves and put them down. In the process of doing that, the fogs rolled in, and these guys got lost. And when they found a road, they discovered that they were no longer in the realms. They were somewhere else, and they followed this road to a village. And on the outskirts of the village, they found a house. Well, they met these two children standing in the middle of the street that begged them to go into the house and save their baby brother. They warned them that there was a monster of some kind in the basement, and they went into this haunted house, and numerous things happened, and there was something about a cult, and then they learned that the house was really an entity in and of itself, like Amityville, and they were, in order to escape the house, they would have to make a sacrifice on a altar that they found in the basement, and the shambling mound on the altar dropped Pepperell to 0 hit points, and so the house is like, okay, there's your sacrifice.
And then we found out the baby brother was actually stillborn.
Yeah, the baby brother was stillborn, and the two children that they met in the street were actually have been dead long time and died of starvation because their parents were great parents and locked them in their bedroom and forgot about them. And the cult that was in this building, they learned that they are in a land called Barovia, and the cult that was in this building worshipped the devil Strahd, who is a vampire lord that controls this entire region. And he's really full of himself. And it is always overcast here. Even in the daytime, vampires can walk around. There's very little sunlight. So yeah, it's a great place. And so they have just now gotten out of the house and learned that, or hearing this mournful sobbing that's coming from down the street. They'll meet you. I've got an idea for introducing you.
So am I Rhogar before the corruption?
Yes.
Okay. Oh, that makes it easy because I still got to figure out how I'm going to put the
Right.
corrupted blade in.
Yeah. You're pre-Tiamat Rhogar.
Yes. Thank you.
I don't know why I'm excited, but I am.
So from down the street, it's evening, and from down the street, you see that the town kind of is an off-center square, and you can see that there's light coming out of a couple of buildings from this square, and that is the direction from which you hear this sobbing coming from.
You think there would be anything expensive that I could take and sell?
Well, you move down the street, and on your left, to the south, the first building on the corner that you run into has a sign. When a sparse light from this building spills out from behind drawn heavy curtains, a sign over the door, creaking on the hinges, reads Bildreth's Mercantile. And across the street, a single shaft of light thrusts illumination into the main square, its brightness looking like a solid pillar in the heavy fog. Above the gaping doorway, a sign hangs, precariously askew, proclaiming this to be the Blood on the Vine Tavern. And you continue to hear the mournful sobbing coming from the road leading to the south, about a block away from the Mercantile.
Do you think?
Only one way to find out.
Oh, that's like it'll be here in like.
So we can hear crying, but we can't see where it's coming from? Really?
It sounds like it's coming from a townhouse about a moaning sob floats through the still gray streets, coloring your thoughts with sadness. The sounds flow from a dark 2-story townhouse.
No, why is it affecting me?
So you knock on the
I'm
door,
supposed to be a hitman.
and there's no answer. But the door is when you knock on the door is unlocked and swings open slightly.
It's haunted.
Okay, I guess I'll announce myself loudly.
So Becky? Becky?
So you discover that the sobbing, when you announce yourself, got to push open the door, and you see that there's a set of stairs that go up to the second level, and it sounds like the crying is coming from upstairs.
Is there anything worth value that I can see?
Nothing. This house is like ransacked. All the cupboard doors are open. The dishes are either dirty or smashed. The table, the dining table has been overturned. There's nothing of value in there.
They
Nothing
could probably
worth my
use
while.
help tidying up.
No.
I'll hire a maid service. That's why
Do
she's
that
crying.
myself.
Probably. I'll go
Nick
tell
looks
her.
at the party and says, "Do you want me to stealth in?
I'll follow you.
Have a look around?"
I'm gonna go up the stairs and comfort the sad person.
Okay.
I'm gonna follow her just to make sure she doesn't get herself hurt.
So you go up the stairs and you find in a in a master bedroom there's this woman that is on her knees on the floor facing the window with her back to you, and she has a shawl up around her head, and she's clutching a
Door frame to make us present,
okay.
so we don't startle her.
Yeah, I'll see if I can help her.
Steal the doll. Klepto the doll.
That's all she has. Jeez.
She has plates. They're just dirty.
And a table that's upside down.
She turns and looks at Helga, and she's sobbing, and she says, "Oh, my poor daughter Gertruda," ooh, and starts crying again.
Well, what
Where is
happened
she?
to her?
Yeah. Can I help?
And she, between racking sobs, tells you that she tells you that her daughter Gertruda her life locked up. But now Gertruda is a teenager, and she broke out of the house a week ago and has not been seen since. And her mother fears the worst.
Well, why was she locked up in here?
To keep her from the devil's Strahd.
Okay, where should we look for her?
I'm not sure, but I fear that she went to Castle Ravenloft.
And where's that?
You asked that of lightning lights up the scene from the window, and you see that the northern end of town is actually at the base of a gigantic column of rock. Think El Capitan, just this tall pillar of rock that goes up into the sky, and at the very top of this rock you can see the battlements of a castle.
Never
She's
mind,
like,
I think
it's
I
right
found
there.
it.
Yeah. Make a perception check.
Yay, my favorite.
While all this is happening, where's everyone else?
Oh, okay.
What now?
The tavern
Yes,
looks
now the
pretty
carries
interesting.
combined.
Yes.
So we have both carries now?
I'm too distracted by her sobbing that I've only got a 9.
Oh. You see, when the thunder cracks and you see the pillar of rock in the castle, you see what looks like somebody standing on the edge of the battlements with their arms crossed and a cloak blowing in the wind, and then it goes dark again, and then there's another flash of lightning, but then you don't see it.
Hey, wait a minute, come here. I think I saw someone.
Chris,
They
wow.
disappeared.
What was that?
While they're, I'm wondering what everyone else is doing. I'm hearing a lot about what 2 people are doing, but what's everyone else doing?
They're all downstairs.
That's what I'm wondering. So are you all in the house?
I think we all went in. I think only me and her went upstairs.
I didn't know.
I only heard 2 people go in, and everyone else.
ambiance of this beautiful town. It's very homey to me, the whole place.
So,
I'm doing a Sound of Music in the square.
I'll share mom.
Talking about some folks.
so what do the rest of you want to do? There is 2 obvious locations. There is the Blood on the Vine Tavern and Bildreth's Mercantile. Those are the only buildings that you see with light in them.
So they'll be doing stuff while I'm comforting mom.
Go to the temple.
And while I'm standing there,
Maisel?
What I'd like to do is, since we just came out of a crazy possessed house,
Yeah.
I would like to look around the perimeter to see if there is any indication that this is equally paranormal.
So when you come out and you want to search around the haunted house.
Yeah, I wanna explore the perimeter of the house so that, is this crying woman, this time, is it really a crying woman, or is there just like a troupe of crying fake people who haunt houses and capture travelers?
No.
I'm
So
interested in finding.
you do an investigation around the townhouse, and it looks a lot like all of the other houses, boarded up windows. This one didn't have the door boarded up or barred in any way, but there's nothing to suggest that this is a supernatural or otherwise unique house.
And did I hear you say that the crying woman said that her daughter was a child of the devil?
No. So she had kept her daughter basically locked up in the house for her entire life, but now the daughter is a teenager and about a week ago broke out through a window and ran away.
Oh, I thought I heard you say something about the devil.
Well, she's worried that the reason why she kept her daughter locked up in the house is to keep her from the devil's Strahd.
Okay, that's where I heard it. Awesome, thanks.
Also, Maisel, what's your passive perception?
My passive perception
Yeah.
is let's see, 15.
Okay. So, what do the rest of you want to do while Helga and Chisim are talking with the crying woman?
I think she's doing most of the talking.
You're probably right.
Aries
There's
is
nothing to.
gonna go to the mercantile.
If there's nothing I can find,
Okay.
I'm just gonna sit there and glare.
So, you guys go to the Blood on the Vine Tavern, and you step in, and it is nobody in there is talking. It's like the quietest tavern you've ever walked into.
Well, this is stupid.
And you see in the corner that there is a young Barovian man quietly smoking a pipe and drinking a tankard of ale. And in the other corner, there is a dragonborn in plate armor that is sitting there pretty much doing the same. They're separated between, the tables are on opposite sides of a large fireplace. And then in the back of the tavern, towards where there is a staircase that goes upstairs, there's another table, and at that table are three Vistani that are sitting around rolling dice, and clearly they are at least partially inebriated. And behind the bar, you see a short, plump barkeep that is polishing glasses.
Go talk to the dragonborn.
Yeah. Okay. So, Rhogar, go ahead and introduce yourself.
What the hell do you want?
I used to be a dragonborn.
You used to be.
Yeah, last campaign.
So,
Oh. I am a busted down to level 3 paladin. Not conquest. What was I?
I think you were Conquest at 3.
I wasn't conquest yet. Or wait. Well, what am I now?
You are a Oathbreaker.
Yeah. Okay. I'm conquest right now.
Paladin?
Acid,
Correct.
acid, or
Okay.
that's what I was last time.
Um,
Except for I was a druid.
Oh, I'm also royalty.
much the same way.
Competing.
So Rhogar doesn't know how he got here either.
You're just as lost as
The last thing that
us.
Rhogar remembers is that he was in the jungles of Chult, far to the south from Daggerford.
Yes. So I still have my longsword of sharpness.
Yes, you do. And the much like you, the fogs rolled in through the jungle, and he got lost on the outskirts of a city called Port Nyanzaru. And in the attempt to find his way back, he ended up here. Pepperell, what are you doing?
I'm gonna go into the tavern,
Okay.
and to everyone I can see within 30 feet, I telepathically broadcast Strahd's coming, and then I wait for a reaction.
So when you do that, the dour-looking Barovian smoking his pipe in the corner kind of gets up and looks around and looks out the window. The barkeep doesn't appear to move at all. He doesn't change anything he's doing.
He's just like, this is
clean-
normal.
He just keeps wiping glasses down.
This happens
And
every
the
day.
3 Vistani sitting in the corner hold up their hands and are like, oh, a telepath, eh? No, Strahd is not coming. We would know.
I laugh at them, and then I'll go sit and talk to the barkeep about Strahd.
So you go up to the bar,
I wasn't there.
and
Just glaring at him.
without even looking up at you, he just keeps polishing a glass, finishes polishing the last one in the row, goes back to the beginning, and starts polishing again. And all he says is, a small glass of wine costs 1 copper piece. A pitcher of wine costs 1 silver piece. And then he just goes back to cleaning glasses.
He's very happy about his
I
job.
think
I
they
can
let
see.
me keep on repeat mode.
He's got the
I'll
dead.
initiate-
He's got the dead look in his eye of somebody who's spent years working in customer service.
Oh no.
It's right at the
From
level of
that
his
spot,
intellect.
I'll initiate a telepathic connection with the guy who commented that I'm a telepath, since it won't necessarily scare him.
Okay.
Keep messing with them. Aren't they the drunk ones?
You learn that the 3 Vistani that are sitting at that table are actually the owners of the tavern. And the tavern was originally not named the Blood on the Vine, it was named the Blood of the Vine. But they thought it humorous to scratch out the F and replace it with an N. They are named Alenka, Mirabelle, and Sorvia. They're all women. And they own the tavern and see to it that all customers pay their tabs. They show little interest in any of you, and even less interest in that you have a telepathic connection. They seem to act like telepathy and whatnot is fairly normal.
Interesting point. Okay, well, I'll order a large pitcher of whatever slop they're selling.
So
Fine.
they the barkeep goes over, gets a pitcher, and fills it with from a cask of wine, and stamped on the side of the cask it says the Wizard of Wine's Winery, and underneath it it gives a type of wine. Hold on here. Dum-da-dum-da-dum. It's not the good stuff. I can tell you that.
Oh no. Well, at least I know that I probably should get it. I'm just
And
waiting
I
for
like
you.
to approach the Vistani women and say, "Sisters, it's so good to see friendly faces."
Okay. So, with wine and hands it to you. You taste it. It's not definitely not the worst wine you've ever tasted. But it's certainly not great.
Oh no, what happened here?
And so then Maisel, you come in and the Vistani, they're like, "Oh, sister, come have a seat with us. Have you been to see Madame Eva yet?" And make a perception check.
Okay. Hold on. I didn't notice anything. I rolled a 6.
So one of the other one of the other sisters leans over and whispers something in the third one's ear, and the first one says, "Yes, yes, you should definitely go see Madame Eva.
So are we
You and your
going to
friends."
the tavern?
Oh, we're gonna go to
I will. But in the meantime, do you keep anything better than that Will and Back?
Yeah, maybe
Yes.
go to the tavern where
And they share their wineskin with you, and it is a much better, it is a much higher quality wine than what is served in the tavern.
Well, at least we know they care about their customers.
I have been away for a long time. What have I missed?
You what now?
I have been away for years, traveling far from here. But I'm coming home. What have I missed?
Oh, nothing ever changes in Barovia. Oh, well, the Wizard of Wines no longer is producing Chateau de la Stampe. And you know Chateau de la Stampe as is a sparkling wine. It's their highest quality. The winery, apparently according to them, is no longer able to produce it.
I'm really tired.
They use their best feet on it.
Made only with the feet of virgins.
Okay.
Well, I guess I'm not going into winemaking.
I just feel a little better.
You what now?
Put hours, so that's the kind of
I guess I'm not